Talking Toffee is proudly in association with EFCFeelingBlue.com and GoodisonGossip.com.
Hello there, Evertonians, and welcome to another edition of Talking Toffee. This is the day after the weekend of the Merseyside derby, a derby that would probably go down as one of the worst in decades, in centuries in fact. It was one that we'll probably forget about in the coming years. There wasn't really too much that happened. Normally, as you'd expect from these Talking Toffee videos, I would normally dedicate a full vlog and maybe then have a chat with the FC Feeling Blue about the game. This is the kind of thing you'd expect from, after a Merseyside derby. However, this Merseyside derby, as I said, was extremely poor, and there wasn't really that much to talk about apart from how non-existent both sides were. A fantastic performance defensively from Everton. I thought the whole back line were terrific, but probably the biggest talking point from the game was that of Victor Anichibi's disallowed, ruled out goal. And that's pretty much the major talking point from the encounter. It looks like now we're going to finish above Liverpool. But, what does that mean, really? What does that mean? We've got the bragging rights over a team that are pretty shoddy as well at the moment. And this is not a major achievement anymore to finish above Liverpool. And I'm not trying to antagonise Liverpool fans. I said on Twitter today, we both sound as bitter as each other. And we both probably are quite bitter because as two teams from the same city, the Merseyside derby at one point, let's not forget, although I can't remember this, but let's not forget that the Merseyside derby once used to decide the league champions of England. Get that in your nut. But it doesn't anymore. It decides who's going to finish 6th and who's going to finish 7th. So we're both probably as bitter as each other, to be honest with you. We're both probably a little bit bitter that the Manchester clubs have overtaken us and surpassed us, and the same goes with the majority of the big London clubs. So we're probably a little bit better together. So this tit for tat, people talking about certain chants. I don't know the background, and I'm not going to speculate. I wasn't at Anfield, so I'm not going to talk about something that I know nothing or very little about. And the talk as well about the colour of Everton's flair and all these silly things that go after a Merseyside derby. Probably have to look within ourselves a little bit with regards to that. But yeah, so there wasn't too much to talk about the derby on both sides, and I can't really think of anything else that I need to say on that. Bar, there's an article in the Echo written by a journalist. I can't remember the guy's name now. I haven't spent that much time looking at who he actually is. But he's wrote an article that's very one-sided and proclaiming that the Everton fans were in hysteria after the final whistle and that we were over the moon to get a point at Anfield. As I said at the start of the vlog, this isn't that much of a big deal anymore. Liverpool aren't the side they used to be, and to get a draw at Anfield is not something that Everton fans and Evertonians would be over the moon and would go out and celebrate getting a point at Anfield. If you do, then you need to have a little word with yourself, because that's not really what we're about, is it? It's always fantastic to take points away from Liverpool, but on the flip side, the 1 point at Anfield, as the guy was alluding to in this article, it's a load of shite. We weren't very happy with that. We wanted to go there and win because we believe that we've definitely got the minerals now to beat the sides around us. Anyway, who has been your player of the season? So there's been a few contenders for me. Now, there's been a lack of consistency on the whole, bar two men, in my opinion. So, obviously, naturally, when we think about this, obviously, I want to find out who your player of the season is. First of all, Fellaini has been terrific at times, but he's also been very poor and done some silly things this season. I didn't think he was all that effective against Liverpool, but then you've got to look at the position that he plays in. Have we really utilised Fellaini during his time at Everton? I think we're still trying to work out whether he's better playing off the front man, or he's better as a shield in front of the back four, or is he more of just a central midfielder? I don't know. So Fellaini was in there. Leighton Baines has been terrific at times, but again, over the last few weeks, non-existent. quite poor by his own fantastic standards. So I looked past Baines, and then I thought, look the two lads that have come on in leaps and bounds this season. Seamus Coleman, one, but also was injured quite a lot, and Victor Anichebe as well, who's been terrific, but again, not for the whole season. So there was two men for me, and it was Sylvain Distin or Phil Jagielka. As you can see, I'm running the tweets that I've received on this subject today underneath. Two big players for us, and I have to give my shouts for the player of the season to Phil Jagielka. Phil Jagielka has been absolutely terrific for Everton this season. Makes a well-worthy captain. Was fantastic at Anfield yesterday as well. Some terrific saves with his feet, defensive blocks, etc. So. I'm going to give it to Phil Jagielka. But again, what are your thoughts on this? Who has been your player of the season? Lots of interesting debates and opinions and views coming through on Twitter at the moment. So thanks for watching. As always, I can see I'm tweeting now towards 6 minutes. I don't want to go that far. So again, thank you for watching. Give me your thoughts and your opinions on the derby. Don't spend too much time thinking about that now. It's gone. And then give me your thoughts though on the player of the season. Who is your player of the season for Everton this year? Okay, thanks for watching. As always, come on you Blues.